Okay, in this episode of Wire Run TV, we've got something a little bit different from what we normally do. Over the weekend, we held a free and informal event here at Nerang Velodrome called the Goat Loop Classic. So we're going to show you a few highlights from what happened. So let's roll those intros and get this episode started. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Wire Run TV. As always, thanks very much for joining us. We really do appreciate all your support and the messages and the comments that you give us throughout the week. In the last 7 days, maybe you got in one of the long run options that we talked about in our previous episode, or maybe even some calf raises and some Achilles exercises from the episode before that. As I said, this episode is a little bit different, and it's a bit of an idea that a few friends and I had about putting on a free event and an informal event for people to come and maybe even just try trail running for the very first time. And I guess this idea sort of came from watching what people have done with parkrun. Up in Brisbane at the Sandgate Parkrun, every single year they put together an informal parkrun and they invite clubs and they get together for the free event to race as hard as they can. And so we had this idea that maybe we could use the Goat Loop here at Nerang, which is a very popular loop. It's 6.8 kilometres long and it's got about 260 metres of climbing in it, and it's one that lots of people do. Lots of different runners come, people who've never done trail running before, up to people who've done ultras of 100k and 160k, the 100-mile ultras as well on the trail. So people from all kinds of running backgrounds came to try the Goat Loop and to give it a bit of a go and see if they could beat their own personal best time. So yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy these few highlights from the Goat Loop here at Nerang. As you can see, a wonderful day, and thanks very much to everyone who turned up and had a bit of a go at it. We had a new record set by Kyle. We had one of the fastest female times ever set as well. We had lots of first timers go out there and post their first Goat Loop time on Strava, and they'll be back, I'm sure, every couple of weeks to try and beat their own time. We had people breaking into the top 10, breaking into the top 20, smashing their own PBs and taking time off. And apart from anything else, it was a really good chance for people to get together, have a bit of a run, test themselves, have a bit of a chat afterwards, and most importantly at the end, get together for a bit of coffee and a bit of breakfast and to talk about all things running, talk about the races they've had this year so far and the things that they've got planned for the future. Now, if this is the first time that you've watched an episode of Wire Run TV, thanks very much for stopping by. We hope that you can like us on Instagram or Facebook so you can get these episodes each week. So next week, I've got a bit of a run technique episode for you. I went to an afternoon run technique session with a physio on the Gold Coast called Britt Calling. She offers run technique sessions every month, and I filmed her and filmed the techniques and the sort of drills that she was doing. So if you're looking to improve your run technique, then join us next week as Britt goes through the most important things to practice in order to get quicker and to get more efficient with your running stride. If you are local here on the Gold Coast and you haven't done much trail running, then come out here to Nerang, maybe even have a go at the Goat Loop. It is a beautiful loop. It's nice and simple. It's tough in the first 3 kilometres, but it has a beautiful ending to it. There's a huge amount of trails out here, and in the next few episodes and maybe next season we'll look at doing a couple of trail running episodes as well for those who are just starting to begin. So whatever you have over the next 7 days of your running, we wish you well, whether you're preparing for a race, whether you're recovering. Eat well, sleep well, stay hydrated and get plenty of rest, and we'll see you in 7 days time for the next episode of Wire Run TV. Have a great week.